let's talk about Matthew, shall we? Oh God, I already forgot the name of his bread. Yeah, he had a sandwich with specific bread.
Ciabatta.
Nope. Do we have... Wait, it's two people's names. Do we have a Kim in the audience? Let's pretend. Okay, Kim, there you are. Jake? Okay, outstanding. It's Kim and Jake's bread, I believe. Specifically, anybody know of Kim and Jake's bread? I don't. Oh, you got, okay, somebody does. Is there a commercial? Okay. Anyway, he likes that bread with turkey, avocado, and mayo. Also, as far as fictional worlds are concerned, I'm going to massacre the pronunciations of everything that's about to come out of my mouth. The Aeolian from the Kingkiller Chronicles. Oh, somebody knows it. He was hoping to get nerd street cred with this. He said so the Aeolian is some sort of like pub place where people try and vie to play music there, and he would be very excited to hear, here it comes, I'm sorry, this is about to happen, to hear Kavatha. Kavathi? I would be very excited to hear Kavathi play the lute. Ha ha! And so Matthew's going to come out here and give you some hot lute music. That's untrue. It's untrue. He is going to come out here, though, and talk to you about orienteering, and I'm very excited for this to happen. So please, give it up for Matthew.
It's the night of June 9th, 1999, and I found myself in the southwest side of Chicago, where the pavement ends and the forest preserve began. My friends and I had signed up for an adventure race, and one of the disciplines in the race was something called orienteering. I had never heard of orienteering, and neither had my friends. So we spent the next 2 hours getting lost, very similar to the woods behind me. Now, for those of you that haven't heard about orienteering, we use a map and a compass to find our way around in places like this. No phone, no GPS, just a map and a compass. Now behind me is one of the courses that I did. These are part of international orienteering meets where all the little circles on the map show checkpoints like the one to my right. And we're searching throughout the woods for these checkpoints. Now some of you may be wondering, what is it like here at the Bug Theater? We are at the Red Dot. Sadly, there is no topography around here. But it's super interesting to find your way around and to see where we are on a map. You may also be asking yourself, where can I orienteer? It just happens at Bear Creek, which is not too far away, there's a permanent orienteering course. But enough about orienteering for the moment. The same time that I was doing that orienteering course back in '99, I also became very interested in personal development. So while I was looking through the checkpoints for my life, I was also volunteering a lot at not only adventure races, but going to workshops, doing that heavier, deeper work to find out about my inner landscape. Unfortunately, there was no map. So as I was going through that time, I also started to fall in love with orienteering. I moved away from adventure racing, but I found a lot of freedom in maps. I found a lot of introspection in tools. And I got really hooked into this idea that if I had the right compass, if I had the right technique, or if I had the right map, I would find the checkpoints. Side note, this is a very interesting checkpoint because this was in the middle of something called Primal Quest, which was a 8-day adventure race up in the middle of British Columbia. I was super fortunate to set that checkpoint. But back to the main point. As I dove more into the tools, I continued to get lost. I kept searching for that right tool. I kept searching and hoping I would find that right workshop. And it was very much like going on an orienteering course. I would continue to go out there and I would be searching and looking and I would get lost in a forest just like this. In fact, I remember being up at Ward, Colorado, and being completely lost. I thought I was going to have to give up. I was at the point where I had been adventure racing for over 20 years, and something told me that I just needed to go to the top of this ridge. So as I climbed up the ridge to try to get a better vantage point to find the checkpoint was at the top of the ridge. And it dawned on me, and something that's been really interesting about this whole experience is the more workshops that I do and the more that I try to force things in orienteering, the more I get lost. And it's that moment when I would forget about the tools. I would forget about finding the next checkpoint. And I would forget about, ultimately, am I good enough that I got to my own internal compass? And that's one of the things that I love about orienteering is I've discovered so much of myself throughout the sport. When I am too eager and when I'm like, the checkpoint has to be here, like I've gone past all the things, where am I doing that in everyday life? When I get to that point of, well, I'm completely lost, everything is gone, I have no chance of finding my way out, it's ignoring the tools, it's ignoring what's going on and trusting my intuition. And it's a magical sport because I've been all over the world. I've been in British Columbia, Montana, South Dakota. I've navigated down in Florida. I've been in Illinois. And every course has a new lesson to teach me. So my encouragement to all of you is, where are you willing to get lost in your life to find yourselves? Because it's that moment when you stop trying that everything unfolds. I have one bonus thing, so hopefully Kat doesn't yell at me about this. This is a orienteering flag. There are many versions of this flag hidden throughout the theater. Now, I couldn't give you a map, but I do give you the challenge that if you find a flag, you can keep it. So, good luck.
Fantastic. You stuck the landing. Right? I forgot to mention during intermission, someone pointed out